And welcome back, Interior Alaska. Mike Fussell here with your latest local sports action. This has been one very busy weekend of games, meets, and matches. But first, we'll start with some unfortunate news for local hockey fans. The Ice Dogs are no longer in the playoffs. The team took on the Minnesota Wilderness last night in Game 3 of their second postseason series. Here's a look at how the Dogs rounded out their season.
Dogs started off Game 3 against the Minnesota Wilderness in a true team fashion. Fairbanks needed the win to stay alive in the postseason as they were already down 2-0 in series play, and the Wilderness had their eye on sweeping the Dogs in their home arena at the Big Dipper. Fairbanks would score 3 goals late in the first period. Hans Gorowski started off the night, helped by an assist from Ethan Samoza around the 15-minute mark. Jacob Hetz and Tyler Tomberlin added 2 more, bringing the game to 3-0, with the Ice Dogs on top going into the first intermission. The game turned on its head in the second period. Minnesota tallied 3 points and Fairbanks was unable to answer back. Special teams were one of the major factors allowing the Wilderness to rally and catch up with the Ice Dogs. 2 of the 3 second-period goals scored by Minnesota were on power plays, and the other was a shorthanded conversion between the pipes. The change in momentum evened the score at 3, wiping the slate clean for a new game in the third period. The Wilderness leveraged their momentum a little more than halfway through the last period as Darren Romenko found his way past the hometown goalie. He would strike again just minutes later on an empty net, and Minnesota's Ian Mansfield would do the same just seconds after him.
We just had to believe. I mean, we were down 3-0 against Cooley, and we came back. We just kept believing in our guys. We knew we could do it all night long.
The late rally put Minnesota on top at the last whistle, 6-3, knocking the Ice Dogs out of the playoffs.
Well, they affected us dramatically. We gave them 2 power play goals. Our special teams, we didn't win this whole series, and we lost to a good team. They were a good team, and you kind of saw what they were about in the second and third period. And unfortunately for us, we feel we have a pretty good team, and we weren't as sharp as they were in this series.
Fairbanks finishes the postseason with a 3-3 record, and the Wilderness will move on to the next level of the playoffs.
And local high school track teams kicked up some dust at the Lathrop Invitational meet earlier today. Eielson, Hutch, Monroe, North Pole, and West Valley were all present. The action started on Friday, though, with field events and long-distance running. The West Valley runner Jenna DeFalco took top honors in the girls' 2-mile run, while the Wolfpack's Spencer Heron also finished in first for the boys. Colony swept the first-place spot in boys' high jump, triple jump, and shot put. Most of the track events happened on Saturday. Hurdlers pushed themselves early in the day. Colony continued their success, finishing first in the boys' 4x800 relay. Runner Trayson Knopp says the victory was a team effort.
Opened up real fast, got us a big lead in there. Hand off to me, just tried to keep it, stay strong throughout the whole thing. Then Jacob and Tyler ended it very strong. Tyler with some good kick at the end. Yeah, it was a good time, it was a fast time.
And the South Anchorage High School soccer teams traveled up to Fairbanks for a weekend of interior matchups. West Valley were their first challengers, and they met on Friday night. The Lady Wolfpack tried to gain control of the game, but it got away from them quickly as South scored 6 points in the first half. The West girls would tally 1 in both halves, but it was not enough to stop the momentum of their opponents. The Lady Wolverines would go on to win it 7-2. South State Caliber boys team then took on West Valley, who held it close for much of the match, but just couldn't get the upper hand against the Anchorage team. South won again 4-2. But on Saturday, North Pole teams were looking to stop the momentum of the out-of-towners. South did not let that happen, though. They beat North Pole boys 4-0. And rugby teams from across Alaska met for battle at UAF's Ash Field earlier today. It was all a part of the Fairbanks' annual Springfest tournament. The hometown Lady Ravens got a big multi-try win early against a statewide mixed team. The Sun Dogs, a local men's team, were also successful early in the day. They started off head-to-head with a squad from Anchorage. Both units would score and convert for extra points in the first half of the 7-man matchup. Fairbanks pushed onward in the second with another 7 points. They would hold on to win it 14-7. All teams played several games in what is one of the first Alaskan tournaments of the spring. And that about brings us to the buzzer for sports tonight. Katie Looper is up next with your full weather forecast. Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you next weekend.